Hello gamers and gamettes, what is going on? My name is Tanek127 and welcome back to another Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis video. And in today's video I want to talk to you guys more about weapon upgrading, gear upgrading and stuff like that. I did touch on this a bit in the beginner's guide, but I do want to go more in depth and just stress the importance of that in this game. Now, obviously I don't think I need to stress that because you're here because, you know, you like MMO RPG experiences. Chances are you might have played an MMO before. I'm going to assume that. So you already know the importance of good gear, good loot, and everything. So with that being said, we can just go ahead and get right on into everything I want to talk about. There are a few ways to obtain awesome weapons and armor. Your first way is going out into the open world, fighting different monsters, world bosses, doing different cocoons, fighting different urgent quests and stuff like that. But there are also other good ways to obtain weapons and gear, because a lot of this stuff that you can earn in this game, it is sellable by other characters. And I want you guys to remember that, and I did highlight this in my beginner's guide. I'm going to say it again. Make sure when you get to that point where you feel like you're having trouble getting your gear leveled up or finding some better gear, feel free to check the personal shop. There's a lot of people selling old weapons and armor that they don't need for super cheap Meseta prices here in the weapon shop. So make sure you guys are checking that out. Like I said, I highlighted that in my beginner's guide. I just want to make sure I double down on that in here. Now, when it comes to your gear is basically in two different spots. You have your weapon slot, which is right here. That's where your weapon's going to be. You can equip multiple different weapons to switch loadouts and things like that. Of course, the weapon you have equip's got to be compatible with your class, or you're going to end up swapping classes and yada yada yada. You guys know that. And also, you know, it's going to show you what moves are available on your hotbar. Your armor, you have 3 different pieces of armor slots. You have a slot 1, slot 2, and slot 3. I know there are most MMORPGs, you'll have your head, chest, arms, and legs or whatever, but in here it's literally just slot 1, slot 2, slot 3. All of these are armor pieces. They're all going to have different effects, and they take augments just like the weapons do, so keep that in mind. You can augment your gear the same way you augment your weapons. Now, if any of you have played Onigiri before, hopefully you have. If not, or any type of gacha game, this game has a very similar weapon leveling system to Onigiri or anything that's like that's gacha based. A lot of games, you know, you just have to hope for weapon drops, and then you can do certain crafting ways and stuff like that to upgrade the different items. In here, what you simply do is you take a piece of gear that you want to upgrade and you throw older gear into it to upgrade it. Now, leveling it and all that stuff, that requires a bit more. Like when you want to limit break something, every piece of gear you earn is going to go up to a level that's plus 10 or plus 20. Well, every time you hit that threshold, you're going to have to limit break that piece of gear. So as you guys can see, this Resurgor rifle right here, for example, is plus 29. Once it gets to plus 30, I'm going to have to limit break it. I'm going to need that piece right there that I'm missing, the arms refiner, which is probably a piece I find out in the open world. Again, you might be able to buy one off the market. People do sell those things when they don't need them as well, because Meseta is a big currency here, and a lot of people want to earn Meseta because guess what? They're end game ready. They're bored, so they want to look as awesome as possible. So chances are they're shopping for fashion. And one easy way to sell items to get money for fashion is selling old gear to new players like you and myself that need the loot. But yeah, basically when it's time for you to limit break your weapon, that's how you bring it up to a stronger level, so it's capable of a lot more different things. Now, augments, like I told you guys before, these work very similar to materia in Final Fantasy. What they do is they add different effects to your weapons, your armor, anything. They can be as simple as giving you more HP to as complex as increasing your melee damage or increasing your defense or something like that. Do remember though, when you're adding these to a weapon or a piece of armor, you're going to notice right here at the top it's going to give you a percentage. That's the percent chance that this augment is going to be applied. So you want to apply as many as possible and get that to either at least a high percentage or, you know, just one that's decent. I would say anything that's less than 70%, don't go for, especially, you know, if it's augments that you had a tough time getting. I personally wouldn't do anything under 70%, but that's just me. I'm not crazy about taking risk when it comes to a lot of these games. Like, you know, Black Desert has a system like that, and it drives me absolutely nuts. So you guys can imagine how I feel about that in here, but to each their own. You know, if you're a bit more on the risky side, go for it. Now, let's go ahead and talk about multi-weapons. What you can do here with these is it lets you combine two different weapon types. I'm going to bring up the help system here for an example. It says multi-weapon combines two different types of weapons. For example, you have a sword and a rifle. A multi-weapon allows you to set both types of weapon actions on one weapon palette. So, for example, if you guys go ahead and combine a sword and a rifle, you'll be able to use rifle and sword moves on the same hotbar. Now, if you go ahead and use your ultimate attack, it's going to go by the weapon that's currently displayed. So if the rifle is displayed while you're attacking, it's going to do the ultimate attack of the rifle. If the sword is displayed, it's going to do the ultimate attack of the sword, etc., 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 depending on what kind of weapon you guys are using and all that fun stuff.
Come again.
But anyway, guys, like I said, I just wanted to take a little bit of time to go over weapons and gearing and stuff like that with you all again. Like I said from the beginning of this video, make sure you guys are checking the personal shop for deals on different weapons, gear, and stuff like that, because you never know what you're going to find out there. Like I said, there's always, you know, the traditional way, going out and farming in the open world and stuff like that to find weapons, upgrade parts, and stuff like that. But always check the personal shop. You'll never know what anyone's trying to get rid of. But anyway, guys, y'all enjoyed today's video? Smash that like button. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out. Have a good one.